Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. After the High Court had suspended the housing levy bill, which majority of Kenyans were against it, yesterday the MPs went to the parliament to negotiate again on this bill. And what is worrying me, ladies and gentlemen, is that why do you think President William Samoei Ruto decided to bring this bill back to the parliament after the High Court had made a suspension on this move? And as I am speaking, there is total disagreement on the opposition side, which took place yesterday at the National Assembly as the MPs walked out of parliament and left Kenya Kwanza MP speechless. And for more information, what we are finding out is that even Kimani Ichung'wah was somehow distressed and confused on how to explain himself on this move. But today's analysis, we want to articulate and ask ourselves, what might be the main reason why now Azimio MPs issuing a threat and with the intention of going back to the street?
What Kenyans are witnessing and staring at is dictatorship by William Ruto. I've said this before and I want to repeat it. This is the real Ruto. The Ruto we have seen for the past 12 or so months is a fake one. This is the Ruto, a dictator, one who does not care so long as his interest is served. This housing levy is serving no other person's interest but Ruto's interest. He is determined to push it, whether Kenyans like it or not, whether you are crying, he does not care. This bill is not good for Kenyans and they know it. It's not that the executive does not know, but they still insist in pushing it whether we make noise or not. Now, my final comment would be, I want to thank the leadership of Azimio. There was no reason why we should participate at all in the committee of the whole house, because this is walking out is the right thing to do. Let us meet elsewhere. First, maybe court. Two, I think Kenyans may go back to where we came from, because if we have to be pushed this way, tomorrow you don't know what will happen. Let me just mention something that is very interesting, and Honorable Tinda Molo mentioned it. That now any Kenyan, whether you are a farmer or you sell clothes, mutumba, or whatever you do, the government has the right to calculate 1.5% of your gross earnings, not net, gross earnings, and deduct that as housing levy. What we are doing is simply setting Kenyans against the KRA. They will come to your doorsteps and start demanding for housing levy from you for I don't know what source of income. Thank you.
I have a question.
That is how it all went. I believe you've listened to Junet Mohamed, you've listened to John Mbadi, you've listened to several of them. Babu Wino, whatever they are saying. And I said yesterday in the evening that if the housing levy is a good agenda in the Republic of Kenya, which is somehow creating urbanization in various parts of the country. But my question is, why is the government insisting and having interest of millions of Kenyans who are working to be taxed on this housing levy bill, or I mean housing bill? And that is what we want to ask and find out what might be the main secret on this move. Before I do that, I want to appreciate you so much for the support that you always offer to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, because if it was not your support, then this channel could have not reached where it is as of now. Thank you very much, and continue with the same spirit. And if this might be your first time watching me at Zion Kenya TV YouTube channel, I request you just take a 1 second and click that subscriptions button and subscribe to our channel. After you subscribe, watch our videos, like, share, and give us your opinion. And the first or new subscriber, welcome to our YouTube platform. As Azimio now jitters and looming to go back to the street, Kenya Kwanza seems to have been left alone on this housing bill decision. That is my first observation I'm seeing rising up in the Republic of Kenya. And my main concern is that why is Ruto insisting on this housing bill to be amended in the parliament? Number one, they are doing that in the name of taxing Kenyans, in that even Mama Mboga, who is selling the little amount he or she have, or they have, whichever, because so many people are doing little businesses. So the government are having interest on those little businesses. They want to force them to tax them in order to benefit on their own. That is my first agenda I'm seeing is now happening. Then the second one, why the MPs are worked out on this is because it is a kind of enforcement where the head of state have spoken to his MPs and pressuring them to pass this bill. Na ndio maana unaona jana Ichungwa alishindwa ajielezee aje. That is why we saw Azimio opposition side walked out of the parliament, which is also a bad picture. As a country, if leaders cannot sit down, and I begin by that yesterday, if you can recall, cannot sit down and talk, then we are saying our country is on a very, very wrong side. Because if they can't agree on several occasions and bring something on the table when it's come to the issue of development, when it's come to part of political discussion or any other thing else, yet we are seeing them, they want to fight each other, they disagreed. It means there's somebody from the national government, top government official, who is doing that behind. Is creating disagreement and is no longer having interest on Kenyans. That is what I can also say on this. And again, why President Ruto is so much interested on this is because maybe they have intention. You know, even if he collect that little money, according to you, I think it is little, but assume 1 million Kenyans have been taxed on this housing bill. Now, they will come up with another agenda, not only the housing bill, again the NSSF, NHF, and UHC, remember it's still going on. So many things are still going on. As court keep on suspending, yet the president is still fighting back and going back to the parliament. As much as he controlled the head of he controlled the country, but he was supposed also to obey the court orders. Was supposed also to ensure that this housing levy affects other people. Assume somebody is being paid 20,000 for instantly or 23. Maybe he or she has loans from bank, from circles, from whichever the case it is. But you know, he or she might find it difficult to pay it. That is what MPs are trying to explain, unless huyo mtu wako na plan B ya kutafuta pesa. But now let's focus on this MPs movement. Number one, why do you think they worked out? They worked out because they saw it as an illegitimate move, which is now being done by Kenya Kwanza regime. And again, it was a kind of threat being offered to them by Kenya Kwanza MPs that sisi ndio tunatawala na lazima mtu heshimu. That is whatever the Akina Ichungwa did yesterday. But they don't know that there is no permanent leadership. And again, they should understand that whatever they are doing, the decision they are making today might affect them in future, or might affect the country, not only them, the country in future. If it is true that head of state wants this housing levy to benefit from Kenyans, that is why Azimio MPs or opposition, are coming out and telling the president that this housing bill should not be implemented as a method of taxing Kenyans. It should be done free. Then you will see these people will come to an agreement. And that is why I'm saying, let the leaders come and negotiate. Kenya has money and the government can afford building this housing bill. Rather than forcing Kenyans to pay money on this bill, yet they don't benefit. Most Kenyans, they have so many issues affecting them, the family, or whatever they want to do, some even building in the rural areas. So I mean, these are the challenges we are finding out. That is why MPs now threatening to call on demonstration. In any case, it is going to be passed. Then we are going back to the other past month, whatever happened in the last 6 months behind. That is whatever is now going to take place. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, what can you say on this move as I end my analysis on this point? Bye bye, as you hope to meet on another discussion. Thank you very much.